Hello and welcome to the Secret Santa edition of Shednanigans. So in this episode I'm going to be making a gift for someone. This is a thing that's been organised by Steve at Fire House Custom Fabrications, and I'll put a link to his channel down below. And there's I think 11 of us involved in this, and each of the 11 channels involved gets given another channel out of the group to make a gift for, or buy a gift for up to a certain value. And the channel that I've been allocated is Midnight Customs C20 with featuring Brandon and Morgan. And they appear to be a fabrication channel, do a lot of custom car work. And so I've been looking at their channel, and I haven't subscribed yet, but I will be after I've sent this gift. And I didn't subscribe because I didn't want to alert them to who they might be getting their Secret Santa gift from. So I've had a look at their channel, and I haven't seen them use a helping hand anywhere, despite the fact that they do a lot of welding. So I thought, well, there's an ideal opportunity. I recently acquired a small forge and set up a small blacksmith area in the shop, and I've been wanting to give that a try. So this is actually my very first blacksmithing project, and I think a helping hand fixture will be something that I can make relatively easily, hopefully make it something interesting, which is a code word for sort of crap looking, but still functional. So let's get on with it. Let's take a look and see how it turns out. Right, so I'm over here at the welding bench, which currently has my gas forge on it. This is a helping hand. This is a commercial one. And you see all it is a weighted 3-pronged device, and you just put it down on top of things to kind of hold them in place. But I thought it might be fun to try blacksmithing one. And so have this piece of cold rolled steel left over, and it's a piece of 1018, which I know because it has a bit of red paint left on the end, and it came from McMaster Car. So it's a nice piece of material, but I figure we can heat one end up, bash it around and draw that out and put a bend on it, and then the other end we can heat up and split down the middle and form a Y and 2 hooks, and then maybe add some scrolliness to it or something and make a blacksmith helping hand, which I think will be very useful to a fabricator. That's the plan anyway. Right, so here we are at the forge. Now this is an Atlas knife and tool forge, very reasonably priced. It's a 2-burner. I've only got 1 burner in it at the moment, which hopefully will do for today's Shednanigans. And if I need a wider heat zone, then I can put the other burner in. Right, well honestly I'm not sure what the best way of going about this is. You should probably cut your material to the right length, but what I'm going to do is draw out the one end and see how that goes before I cut it off. Anyway, that's going to take a little while to come up to temperature, so we'll come back. I've got the furnace running full bore now, and we're starting to come up to temperature a little bit. It's just starting to get orange up the other end of the bar. That's more like it. Apologies for the lack of sound in this segment. It's really unfortunate that the microphone stopped working, but what we've got going on here is my first attempts ever at drawing out a bar, and what I'm doing is just trying to neck down and thin out the bar at one end, and this will be used to make the single point that's used to hold components down when this helping hand is in use. It took a long time to get to this point, but I have to say it was really incredibly satisfying to do this, to manually draw out this piece of material. Even though, you know, I'm so new to this and my techniques aren't the best, this was really a fun project. This tool known as a hardy, which can also be used for splitting and cutting, but being so new to this I was having difficulty really making use of that, so I found the chisel here easier to use. Splitting that bar really took a lot of work and was quite an intense activity. Anyway, with that done, I'm now going on to attempting to form the legs. And I did not do this in the right sequence. I should have drawn these out and thinned down the ends first. Still, you live and learn, and you just try and see where it takes you. Well, there it is, fully assembled. And one thing I didn't show in the creation part of the video is it's coated in beeswax while it was still hot, but not too hot. I went over it with a block of beeswax just to seal it and coat it and protect it. And of course I've screwed on the knob, and well, there it is, as interesting a piece of mangled steel as you're ever likely to see. So it certainly didn't meet the fantastic vision of wonder that I had in mind when I thought about creating it, but at the same time it's functional and at least a curiosity. So this will be packed up and heading over to Midnight Customs along with 300 Shednanigans stickers so that I can get rid of them. And if you want a Shednanigans sticker, just drop me a line and I will mail you as many as I can cram in an envelope. They're flying off the shelves at the rate of one a year. So anyway, if you would like a sticker, please let me know. So there it is. I hope that Midnight Customs like this and enjoy it and find it useful. Just by way of demonstration, here's kind of what you use them for. You know, if you were going to weld these together and you had to do something like that, you can use that to support this block while you tack it up. So that's the idea. I've seen some really gnarly ones of these made out of rebar, and I think this is at least nicer than those. So it's certainly unique. And I'm looking forward to doing more blacksmithing projects and maybe, you know, finessing my work a touch more. But anyway, thanks for watching. Go and check out all the other channels in the Secret Santa round robin. And as always, may your dimensions be in tolerance and your surface finishes chatter free. Be seeing you.